gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed with Ghent. So I had to choose between Brussels, Ghent, and Bruges on how I would spend my day today, and I gotta tell you, I'm pretty impressed with Ghent. This way exceeded my expectations. So I arrived at the Belgium cruise port in Zeebrugge, and I had to choose between either visiting Brussels or Ghent or Bruges. And you know, I didn't know what to do, so I did a lot of investigation, and I only had 8 hours, and I just knew I couldn't possibly do Brussels in 8 hours. And so everyone was going to visit Bruges, and so I chose the one that seemed the less popular, and I couldn't be happier. So this is really a magical town. I happen to hit it on a magical day. The weather is perfect. It really doesn't get any better than this. So currently it's a big university city with bicycles buzzing about everywhere you go. But you know, 700 years ago, in around the year 1300, this was one of the largest cities in all of Europe. All of Northern Europe, and one of the most wealthy cities. Apparently about 50,000 people were living here 700 years ago, and it was just a major, popular, wealthy place to be back in that day. It's not as touristy as perhaps Brussels or perhaps Bruges, but yet it's still picture perfect. As you can see, lots of medieval places to visit, unbelievable history. I'm really impressed, as you can tell. So everywhere you walk, you can just feel the history just flowing everywhere. In fact, the Treaty of Ghent, which was the peace treaty that ended the War of 1812 between the United States and the United Kingdom, it was signed here on Christmas Eve in 1814. Really a major piece of history that happened right here in Ghent. So if you're arriving at a cruise ship in the port in Zeebrugge, it's about an hour's bus ride to get here, and it's a beautiful bus ride. And according to my bus driver who lives in Bruges, he actually told me that he thought, while Bruges is really romantic and beautiful, he told me that he thought that this city was better for a one-day event because it's a more cute and smaller, and you could really explore it in a different way. And so, you know, I felt like I really made the right decision to hang out here for the day. So they're obviously really proud of this fantastically historical city because everything is meticulously maintained and perfectly manicured, and I really enjoyed it here. But you know, you can go visit the medieval castle surrounded by the moat, you know, the awesomely beautiful cathedral with a belfry, and go up and down the river, and you can take a boat ride. And of course, you know, make sure you have lunch like I did, you know, with some tasty waffles and chocolate. Belgium chocolate shops everywhere. I'm pretty impressed with Ghent. This way exceeded my expectations. I mean, I've read about it, I researched it, but you know, this is really nice. I mean, I feel like I really made the right decision. I wish I could spend 3-4 more days here. In fact, I like it so much. I think I'm gonna book an excursion back here. for sure. So it looks like it's busy from my video. You know, it looks like there's a lot of people here, but you know, I'm here on a Saturday, so you know, this is as busy as it gets. And so if you arrive, you know, during the middle of the week, it's probably less busy than this. But even though there were a lot of people visiting, it wasn't overwhelmingly too busy with tourists that made me uncomfortable. And that to me was a good thing. But there was just enough energy to make it a really good day. But I didn't have to wait in any lines to do anything. Everyone was having a good time here. So here's an interesting fact for you. Between the years 1000 and 1500, that's over 700 years ago, Ghent was one of the most important cities in all of Europe. In fact, it was bigger than London and second only to Paris in population size. Well, if it were a rainy day, there are dozens of cafes and Belgian waffle shops and chocolate shops, as well as museums. In fact, the Museum of Fine Arts has a whole treasure trove of Flemish paintings from the 17th and 16th centuries, and definitely a place you don't want to miss if it's a rainy day. So there are 3 different correct spellings of this magical city. So the French refer to it as Gand, G-A-N-D, and the local Flemish who speak Belgium Dutch refer to it as Ghent by dropping the H. So when in Belgium, it's okay to eat chocolate and waffles for lunch. And that's exactly what I'm going to do today. So if you have been to Ghent, or you have been to also Bruges or Brussels, we would love to hear about your experiences in the comments. So feel free to share that with us and let us know. So thanks so much. So as I mentioned earlier, I stopped here in Ghent as part of a cruise itinerary on the Norwegian Prima. And here's my cruise itinerary. And if you're also on a cruise, you might want to check out my channel for some other ports that might interest you or help you make a decision on what to do in other ports. So hope you enjoy this video. Also, hope you give it a like and subscribe to see some other adventure videos. So I was in Amsterdam earlier this week, and I really enjoyed that as well. You know, there's similarities between Ghent and Amsterdam, but they are clearly different. But Ghent, for me, for a one-day excursion, was kind of cuter, and I don't know, I had a more relaxing experience here, but I also really enjoyed Amsterdam. So check out that video too. You know, so like I said, Ghent was a big surprise. You know, this is the good and the bad about cruising. You know, you don't always get as much time as you want at a certain place, but it gives you a window so that if you want to come back and explore in a deeper dive, you can do that. And you know, that's the good and the bad. And actually, ironically, that's how I actually got introduced to Vietnam and to Thailand. And now I live in Bangkok. So, you know, there's a good and a bad side to cruising. And you know, the good side is that you get an introduction. The bad side is when you get a day like today, like in Ghent, you want to stay longer. You know, you want to have more time when you get a little surprise that you love so much. And I got to be honest with you, I really did enjoy Ghent, and I'll come back here. And this was really, really a perfect day in a really amazing town. I mean, I'm so impressed. So I'm headed off to Southampton, England tomorrow, and then I'm going to spend 10 days exploring Bath, and that should be really exciting. So I hope you hang out with me and check out my next video in Bath, England. And then I'll be heading up to Scotland and Ireland, and I'll be sure to take you along with me. So hang out with me, and I really appreciate it. So thanks again. Talk to you soon.